3, 2, 1.
You know what I feel like doing?
What?
I feel like kicking back, relaxing, getting comfy. Welcome to the Get Comfy podcast. My name is Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things Get Comfy.
You know what? We should stop answering his question and see what he would do.
I think we should.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep going. The train keeps rolling, but you know...
The train keeps rolling even when the conductor isn't there.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm joined in the studio by my loyal co-hosts.
Loyal as always.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can sort out who's
Have we
number
ever
one.
been you? The only time was when I put him in the box.
Yeah, over the summer.
And because I was working, so then I actually did abandon you.
Yeah.
But you know,
So
I'm going to
sorry.
need reasonings behind this. And to
How
be
many reasons?
I'd say about 13.
Oh.
There you wow.
And you know, that's a perfect segue because we just set this up just perfectly into our topic today, which is talking about the recent controversy. I mean, not recent, but like...
It's been out there, but,
It's always had
since the new
controversy.
season's out, we should talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about 13 reasons why and all the controversy surrounding it. And let me just start this episode by saying there will not be spoilers because I have not seen it as of recording this. Amanda hasn't seen it, and I think Amir binged it.
I binged it. It came out Friday. I saw it Friday, finished it on Saturday.
Because you're just a fucking wild man like that.
No one can stop me.
Honestly, so...
Give me 13 reasons why not to watch it.
Hey-oh.
Stop. So we've seen seasons 1 and 2. We can definitely recap on that because if you haven't seen seasons 1 and 2, you're kind of just out here. Like
Yeah.
this is your fault.
Yo,
Like,
you're the people that watch the ending of a season rather than watch the whole season.
yeah,
You're that kind of people.
yeah. So we're gonna talk
You
about
people.
how season 1 kind of started off with
Suicide.
yes,
Suicide.
and there was a lot of problem with that. There's a lot of problems surrounding the idea of Netflix and the producers. Selena Gomez produced this.
Yeah.
Yes.
How they showed the suicide on screen. It was very like, it didn't really hold back anything. You've seen everything, every little part, every little detail, and you've seen all the events leading up to the suicide.
See, one thing that Netflix does really well, they're not strict on guidelines with the FCC and other communications. What I was saying was, I got my composure.
Yeah.
See, as Kalo says, uncoordinated, uncivilized, what's the third one you said?
Uncut, uncoordinated,
Uncoordinated,
You're confusing me now.
Anyway, going back.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda. By the
No
way.
problem.
So
That's what I'm here for.
the TV shows on like the cable televisions are restricted on showing what like somebody's head getting cut off or whatever. That's what I like about Netflix or any streaming services.
Gore and violence.
Yeah, they're allowed to show it, and I feel like since the first season is heavily based on the book, you can't cut. You have to put that in there.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a great thing. And I think that's like one of the Netflix 13 reasons why it's only the first show on Netflix as a Netflix original that is like focusing on topics in today's time.
Yeah, like for the reason why Netflix can kind of get away with showing all this is because they are a paid subscription service, which means you're paying to buy and watch this content. Like you are agreeing to a contract that says, you know what, I'm going to pay for this and I'm going to like consume any of the stuff that I want on the service. So this goes with XM radio where they can curse on XM radio. I can curse here on the podcast.
Fuck!
Yeah,
Bitches!
Exactly. So that's because it's available somewhere else. It's not available to the general public. It's available on other services where you need to jump through hoops to get there.
Such as iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, and iTunes.
Rip in peace, the whole headphone user
I'm so
community.
sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, so that's why
That's why I'm
Netflix
not
can
like-
show these things. That's kind of where this lies as far as that goes. So overall thoughts on season 1 and like kind of the backlash around it.
I don't. You want to start? Or you want me to start?
You can start.
Oh, thank you. So nice. I don't think it should get backlash because if majority of the people that were majority of the people that were watching the show knows the book, they know the whole synopsis of it and everything, so they know what they're getting themselves into. And Amanda was saying it before we went on in record that like it had a disclaimer and a lot of backlash on that. They're like, why did you show a girl killing herself? What's wrong with you? And I feel like that show, it's not like they did it for the views. They showed awareness more than anything.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason why they made the first season of 13 Reasons Why, because they're like, this is a serious problem. It needs to stop. And they basically, and this girl, like, the whole Hannah Baker, had like, plain and simple, you could have seen she was a nice, normal girl. But, like, in reality, she was the one who got sexually assaulted. She got raped but we didn't pick up the signs, and there can be no signs at times. It could be like when somebody who's depression and committed suicide the next day. Like you don't know the signs until going on, which is a really sad topic. And so 13 Reasons Why, I think showing this brings more light and more attention to it. And
exactly.
If they didn't do it, we wouldn't have been doing an episode based on it, and we would just move on like another day.
Yeah, it's raising more awareness, and there's people who said that they didn't like it because it glorified doing all that stuff.
Yeah,
like it made it more of like a Hollywood story versus like just getting the message across. And I don't feel like in that regard it did that, because it's very like dark and like
anything can happen like that. People have hung themselves, people have shot themselves. Like season 1, Alex, he shot himself in the head because he tried to kill himself, but he missed the bullet. But I feel like in some sense you have to glorify it to get that intention. You have to push that barrier, because if you just do a simple hanging, like with Alex shooting himself, you could have just pulled away, like not seeing him pull the trigger and shoot himself or whatever. But I feel like for Netflix because this whole series is all about bringing awareness to all these problems, and I feel like you have to glorify it to have people's attention.
Yeah.
Get them to start talking. Amanda, what about you? Sorry, Ken, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just agreeing.
Sorry, mic issues. I'm gonna hold it just in case. And that's exactly why I held it.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like what Amir was saying, it's like how people think it's glorifying suicide, bullying, and all that stuff. It's kind of like an eye-opener if you really think about it. Because a lot of people choose to, like, ignore the fact that this is actually happening, but you need to, like, see that it's actually happening. Like, for the disclaimers, it could have triggered a lot of people. Like, the last episode of the first season, let me get deep. It triggered me because I could have been Hannah Baker.
Yeah.
Back in like 7th grade, because I was bullied, so that could have been me. And it's like, it really opened my eyes, and it's just like, ooh, it's like kind of like a good thing that I didn't do it. But it's a lot of parents don't realize, and not only a lot of parents, but a lot of people in school like don't realize that how badly all of this stuff can really affect someone.
Yeah.
And they don't like get it, and they're just like basically blaming Hollywood and like Netflix for something that they refuse to open their eyes to.
Yeah, it's just they're playing hide and go seek with this, and it's like a thing where it needs to be talked about. It needs to be like, you need to raise awareness, otherwise it's just going to be one of those things where, yeah, it's a good issue to talk about like for a month or like a week or two, but then it just goes away. This isn't a thing that just needs to go away. It needs to be talked about, and it needs to be fixed. That's the whole... That's why I think 13 Reasons Why is a good example of this, because it shows you not only the problems surrounding the initial case, but everything afterwards. Like, it doesn't just stop there. There's more to it. And there's more things that happen afterwards that affect other people.
The problem is that bullying and suicide and all this, it's an ongoing... I wouldn't really say issue, but a part of it is an issue. Like, suicide's not an issue. Like, you can't help what goes through someone's head. But this is an ongoing thing that nobody, like, wants to put a stop to or look at and even attempt it. Like, nobody wants to do it.
Exactly. So, we're going to move on from Season 1 now to Season 2, which kind of focuses in on a different kind of area of this. I mean, it still focuses on Hannah Baker and all of her issues, but now it focuses more on the school shooting aspect, the bullying, the whole repercussions of that Hannah Baker case.
Yeah, because literally the trial starts in Season 2, and it shows you how like the kids don't want to rat out, like how high school kids are. They don't want to be a snitch. They don't want to keep... Yeah, so... And I granted, in my school, no one wanted... When we had like bullying and stuff like that to other students, and we saw it happen, no one wanted to talk about it, because like Amanda says, let's just get stitches. But Season 2, this is where it got really got, what's the word, topics going on, because the way Season 2 ended is with spoilers if you guys haven't even watched the season. Tyler, who is the guy who got bullied so much throughout the whole season.
The photography guy, for those of you who kind of like are bad with names.
Yeah. So he gets bullied, and then there was one scene when he goes to I think it's a rehab center to get better, because he was a little bit depression. And he goes there, the moment he gets back, he comes back, he's great. He gets bullied by Monty and basically the jocks of the school. And then this is where a lot of people hated the bullying, like going back, glorifying bullying. They're getting a broom and sticking up in his butt and up and
Sodomized, I think it's called.
Yeah. Also in season 3 they call it sexual assault, which basically kind of is because you.
Yeah.
So people thought that they're like, oh, bullying doesn't get that bad. You guys don't. It can, and kids don't want to tell parents because they know if they tell somebody, it could get worse. The bullies can find out, and bullies would do even more things to you.
Yeah. No. 100%.
That's the aspect, and then that was his breaking point to the part where he went to go get guns. Another aspect of guns, which is a big topic, and still today, even though like a while ago, a couple weeks ago, we had that school shooting, how easy it was for Tyler to go and grab those assault rifles and guns and everything like that. And then at the end of the season, Clay just goes up and tells him not to shoot, and which is another thing, because that's telling kids, hey, if there's a school shooter, go up to him and tell him, hey, don't shoot up the school. Which a lot of people are saying that that's something you should never do because you don't know what's going in that mind of that kid or that person in general at that time. So a lot of people are saying that season 2 should just stop because of that, because that's saying, all right, go up to a shooter and be like, hey, don't shoot me.
Yeah, it's a story where people, again, they're saying they're glorifying X, Y, and Z, like where it shouldn't be.
Well, I feel like the shooting part wasn't glorified, and that's because that could it can happen. You got bullied. The bullying part with the broomstick in the bathroom scene glorified to the max. But like the part that like I'm gonna show up to school because I got bullied and no one understands me, that is 100%.
That was the Parkland, Florida guy.
Yeah,
he was bullied in school.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that you never really know what's happening in someone's head, and this show kind of explains a lot of stuff as far as like it's not only just for an entertainment factor, but it's letting you know that like, if this can be happening here, why can't it be happening like in like my school or
it could be my child
anywhere? Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know, it's better just to talk to somebody, get them the help they need, and then move forward. Like that's what it's all about. It's trying to help someone progress and get better. And now it's been a while since me and Kayla have been in high school, but we didn't have as much help in our school with bullying. Now there's not even just guidance counselors. There's people you could call online. You can go to the website. So guys, and then what 13 Reasons Why did in season 3 now, they have a website. If you go to 13reasonswhy.org, you can see if you've been sexually assaulted, raped, bullied, or anything like that. You can go, if you have thoughts of suicide, you can go on the website, and they have a hotline for each and every single one of them to go see. Which I feel like, granted, it's kind of late. You're in season 3 now. You should have done that in the beginning of season 1, with every episode ending and beginning. Have that, just a reminder, because then everyone thinks it's just a TV show, rather than having that PSA in each episode. So. Yeah, no, it does. And then, you know, season 2 was a very emotional ride for everybody involved, everyone watching. But to finally like wrap up this whole this whole topic, we haven't seen season 3, Amanda and I. Yeah, but you guys seen the trailers. But we've seen the trailers, but you've seen it. Yeah. Can you kind of give us a spoiler-free kind of wrap up of like what the topic of this season is? Like, first one was sexual assault. Yeah. Second season is more of like bullying and like abuse and stuff like that. Season 3 is more of dealing like with what? Well, with murder, keeping the secrets, and also opening up to yourself as a like high school is a confusion time for everyone, you know. So it has a little bit. It's not like how season 1 was just suicide, and season 2 was just like bullying it. It's a little bit of mixture of 3, like finding your sexuality, secrets, and the loss of somebody at a really young age. And speaking of season 3, since you guys haven't seen it, you've done the trial saying that Bryce Walker has passed away. We want to leave a question for the listeners and you guys. Who do you think the killer is? Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, if you haven't. I said it was Tony. Even though I saw it, I was gonna say who I was thinking was Monty. Monty. Okay.
I say Jessica and Justin.
Leave Justin out of this, please.
I know, but it's like you gotta think about it. He affected them the most.
Yeah, but he's trying not to be a drug addict.
I know.
He's trying, but you know, I think that about does it here for the Get Comfy podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed. Remember, we upload every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all major listening platforms and YouTube. And if you like what we do here, go check out the Get Comfy Game Break, which comes out every Friday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on all the same platforms.
But on iHeart, we come out Friday, Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Exactly, 11 o'clock on the dot. And you know what? We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.